Good morning and welcome to this webinar hosted by the Spain US Chamber of Commerce to talk about humanization of technology. And we partner with Imascona today to address how humanization of technology is creating a bridge between machines and humans. But before I introduce you our speaker and our expert today, I just would like to remind you a few things. So if you are not aware of the Spain US Chamber of Commerce, we are a nonprofit organization that fosters business between Spain and the United States and help companies develop their business in the United States mostly. You can visit our website to check all the activities and events that we host during the year. And our website is just www.spainuschamber.com. You will see it in the chat in a few minutes. And also, as a reminder, if anyone would like to ask any question regarding the topics that we will address today, you're more than welcome to do that. Just sending your questions through the box that you will see in your control panel, probably in the right side of your screen. You can see a tab that says questions or preguntas in case you have it set up in Spanish, and you can send your questions at any time during this presentation. You don't need to wait until the end. We will receive all the questions and we'll address every question at the end of the presentation. And without further ado, I would like to introduce our guest today. So Imascono is a tech company that projects and develops the next era of interactive products for companies using extended reality, artificial intelligence, and gamification. That's their focus. They have developed more than 400 projects in the past 13 years, and they have reached more than 100 million people. They work with Disney, Telefonica, Huawei, Adobe, Siemens, or Coca-Cola, as many other huge corporations. Our guest today is Hector Paz. He is a business engineer in love with technological innovation and science fiction. Hector Paz is CEO and co-founder of Imascono, and he always enhance business strategy through cutting-edge products and solutions using artificial intelligence, extended reality, and gamification. Industrial project engineer, noteworthy in his training in strategy and business development at a startup school, Mind the Bridge in San Francisco or MIT in Boston. Welcome, Hector.
Thank you so much. Well, good afternoon and good morning for everyone. Before we begin, I would like to thank. I would like to say thanks to Spain US Chamber. Okay, for us it's a great opportunity to be here today. It's a pleasure. We want to continue working with you because we think that it's a perfect partnership between both organizations. So as I have said, thank you so much for everything, and well, it's a pleasure to be here today. Right.
Oh, thank you. And please walk us a little bit about humanization of technology, because it's something that definitely it's coming. This is the beginning. We are at the beginning of this process, but this in a few years it will be the rule, not something different. So please walk us a little bit and let's talk about that indeed.
Okay, so thank you so much. So we are going directly to our presentation, because I think that the thing that we understand for humanization of technology, or what do we mean by humanization technology, is more about making interaction with machines as natural and fluid as human communication. But everything is related for us in three special concepts, in three key points. First of all is the natural interaction, okay? Interactions that mimic human behavior. This is related with how we use and how we interact with extended reality, the way we are working with this graphical 3D user interface, how we can manipulate these kind of things with our hands, is the vision that we have with extended realities, virtual reality, augmented reality. We will explain this kind of technology in the next slides. Another important thing is the digital empathy, the ability of technologies to understand and respond to human emotions. Here is why we are using artificial intelligence to have a good interaction between machines and also humans. If we use this new artificial or this generative artificial intelligence, these large language models that we have nowadays, for example, with OpenAI and this kind of technologies related with artificial intelligence, we will have the possibility to have better conversations directly with machines and robots. And finally, and very important thing here in Mascono related with our value proposition is the user-centered design. Because you know that design that places the needs and desires of the user at the center of technological experience is the way to solve the problems in the society. So basically, we need to understand the problems that we have with our clients and finally find out these solutions to apply design and also technology to solve everything. But in this humanization of technology, there is always a beginning. Here you have Alan Turing. And you know, everything is, or to understand the origins of everything, we need to understand how this character created several decades ago. And now he is going to introduce you the Turing test and some of the technologies that he developed in the 50s to understand a little bit more the artificial intelligence and how we can humanize technology through this artificial intelligence developments. Okay.
I remember the early days, back in the 1930s, when the very idea of machines thinking like humans seemed far-fetched to most. But I had a vision, an inkling that the boundaries between human and machine intelligence could one day blur. My name is Alan Turing, and I suppose you might know me as one of the fathers of computer science and artificial intelligence. During the dark days of World War II, we built a machine known as the bomb that could break the code and, in doing so, save countless lives. This experience solidified my belief in the power of machines to perform tasks that, until then, were thought to require human intelligence. After the war, my thoughts turned more and more to the question, can machines think? But how does one even define thinking? I realized that instead of focusing on the impossible task of defining thought, I could propose a test, a practical experiment that could provide an answer without delving into philosophical quandaries. The test was simple. If a machine could converse with a human in a way that the human couldn't distinguish it from another person, then the machine could be said to think. The Turing test became a milestone in the field of artificial intelligence, setting a benchmark for machine intelligence that has influenced research for decades. Now we're seeing the emergence of sophisticated AI like ChatGPT, which can hold conversations so naturally that it often passes as human in these interactions. This success suggests that, by the standards of my test, machines like ChatGPT have achieved a form of intelligence.
So here we have the first experience and the first example of how several decades ago artificial intelligence introduced by Alan Turing was the beginning of something really, really high right now. But we also have, as I have said, with extended reality, how we are creating these experiences in a more natural way. So this is the beginning also, and the journey started of extended reality and augmented reality. The journey started several decades ago too, in the 60s, with Ivan Sutherland. So here you can see an image in the MIT in how this inventor, this engineer, is creating a new graphical user interface using a virtual reality headset. Well, it's more like mixed reality or augmented reality, but well, it was the first graphical user interface in this new kind of headsets and glasses, right? But if we go directly to the definition of this kind of technologies, we have a big concept that group everything of virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality. This concept is extended reality. Is how we understand the group of these kind of technologies. So to understand a little bit more the new ways, the new interactions that we're going to show you, I think that it's important to understand better these kind of technologies and the differences between all of them, right? So I'm going to put several examples related with science fiction. You will see that, for example, here you have Tony Stark, Iron Man. So this is a way that he's interacting with his headset, augmented reality headset, okay? And you can see here different layers of information, how he is augmenting the real world using this device, right? Well, this is a combat of Iron Man, but you can see here how he is augmenting this information in different graphical layers, okay? So this concept is augmented reality, or maybe an expanded concept of this will be mixed reality. I will explain after, but think that if you are adding layers to the real world, we can say that this is the technology of augmented reality. This is another example, another real example, where you can see here that we are using a real estate drawing, a real estate building in, in a piece of sheet. So if you are looking directly with this augmented reality application, you can bring up to the real world in 3D models the buildings that maybe you are selling. So maybe this could be a commercial weapon or a commercial tool. Okay. Another important concept in these extended reality technologies and these extended reality definitions is virtual reality. In the Matrix, virtual reality creates a full immersive world, okay, where the line between what is real and what is virtual is completely blurred. Okay, it's basically when you enter in a whole digital world. So you put your glasses and you enter in a virtual world where you can have interactions with digital things. Okay, with your hands, well, maybe with remote controls. Nowadays, you are using your hands in virtual reality to have these interactions with the virtual world. A perfect example of this, it was a company that was called The Boy, and also Zero Latency. Maybe you tried something in Zen Park, right? Is the way you enter, for example, in a, I don't know, in a space with several objects, but using a virtual reality headset, you could have interactions with digital things, or digital characters, or 3D characters, or maybe in this case, you also have the possibility to touch real things at the same time you're in the virtual world. But as I have said, is you are entering in a video game, okay, in a first-person video game. This is the real concept. It's like you are entering in a video world, in a video game or something like that, but in first person. You are going to feel that you are inside this digital world, right? And finally, we have the last concept. This is mixed reality. We explain mixed reality when interact with the digital world at the same time you're interacting with the real world. Imagine that the future of mixed reality will be holograms, as you can see here in this film of Star Wars, where the robots are playing with several holograms. But this is a clear example in how the real world interacts with the virtual world and how the virtual world is interacting with the real one. So for understand better this concept, we have this image. Imagine that you're in your living room, you have an application of mixed reality, and in technical words, the thing that you are doing is to create a net or something like that around the living room, above the sofa or maybe the table, and you create a net to have interactions between these two worlds, okay? The real one and the virtual world. So maybe you can throw a ball and you will see that the ball is jumping through the living room in a real movement, okay? So this is something really important to understand this concept of mixed reality. We have several other examples like this hyper reality video and film or short that created Matsuda several years ago. Is a way to understand how mixed reality could be introduced in the next years in our lives, in our trips, in the different shops that you can visit with these maybe contact lenses, okay? So I recommend you to see this video on YouTube or in other platforms and understand how this mixed reality could be in our lives maybe in 10 years or something like that, right? And apart from this, natural interface and everything related with extended realities, I have to come back to artificial intelligence, because if you remember this book and this novel of Isaac Asimov had, something really important, the laws of robotics. The first law is a robot may not injure a human being or through inaction, allow a human being to harm. Okay, so I think that this is something fundamental to the humanization of technology. Technology and artificial intelligence is going to help us. It's not going to be like a Terminator. I have another image in the next slide, and you will see that we don't have to be pessimist about the technology of artificial intelligence. I think that you have to think in other concepts. But if we think about the present right now, you know, OpenAI and the other competitors that we have in this kind of argument of generative artificial intelligence, and you can think about how OpenAI could help us. Maybe OpenAI is not going to destroy us, okay? As I have said, new technologies are often perceived with fear. In the case of Skynet and Terminator, that this artificial intelligence leads the destruction of the world. I don't think that artificial intelligence is going to destroy everything. I like to think about more in, you know, in Eve and Wall-E, and how these machines can not only assist us, but also save us from ourselves. So we prefer to think in this kind of concept, in how robots are going to help us in our daily life, optimizing different tasks in our job and this kind of things, right? So I think that artificial intelligence with extended reality is the future of everything, and are the base of this concept of technology humanization. But think about in a final conclusion of this concept, because for us, if we mix design and technology, if we mix creativity and also machines, for us is something really, really, or is related directly with humanizing technology. And for us, that means that designing and developing products that are not only efficient, but also respond to our needs with empathy and respect. Okay, so this is one of the bases of our company. This is based on our value proposition, and that's the way, okay, to create new interactions, new ways, and also new realities. Okay, so in the next slide, we are going to see several sectors, several examples of the things that we are doing with this technology humanization, and you will see how you could have a return of investments of this kind of developments. Okay, this is something really important, because it's not only to try to spread out this magical concept, is everything related with business, and we think that these technologies and these kind of solutions, these new interactions, these new ways, and these new realities could give us the possibility to go ahead and go faster with our companies and also with our business, right? So first of all, we are going to talk about a little bit of real estate. You can see here an image of Rafa Nadal, because we developed a virtual space for this you know, famous character in the world of tennis. But if you think about in the point of view of real estate, you have to think about, or you have to feel that these kind of onboardings that I'm going to show you are the way to understand better the buildings, the constructions. If you are going to sell something, you're going to see an overview of the thing that you're going to buy. Maybe you can introduce with an avatar inside the building and know everything around this construction. So let me show you the future of real estate with this kind of virtual spaces, where you can move around a big extension of buildings, and also how you can introduce yourself using a 3D avatar. Okay, we have other kind of examples more related with the industrial part. Here is another one. This is a virtual twin where you could have interactions with the different buildings, where you can have more information about them. This could be an onboarding of the company for new employees too. So at the same time you enter in a new organization, you have the possibility to know more about the complex that you are going to enter. So this is another example, not only for employees. This is related with clients, with other kind of agents, providers, and it's a way to show the things that you could have or you could play inside the organization and also the company, right? In the real estate, we develop other kind of projects too. This is, and using this augmented reality, we give to the final user the possibility to understand better, a flat and how you can introduce different alarms in this flat, right? So when you point this and you tap on the screen and you play the augmented reality, at this point you can see the different parts of this house and how you can introduce the different assets related with this security suite inside this showroom. It's like a showroom related with a flat and how you can introduce the different assets related with security. And apart from it, in real estate, we develop a project with Llorente y Cuenca and also Progreso. We developed this artificial intelligence avatar for sales and also to communicate everything related with sustainability. Okay, the part of sustainability that has Progreso. This is an avatar that we produced for the website and also for one of the most important events of the company. We create Totem 2, a big screen where you can interact directly with the avatar in first person. So here you have a real interaction, hyper-realistic avatar that gives you the possibility to communicate directly with your providers, your clients, and the different environment that involve all the company. Okay.
Hola a todos. Soy Clara, la nueva embajadora de sostenibilidad de Cementos Progreso y me emociona estar con ustedes hoy. Para nosotros, la sostenibilidad y la transparencia, junto a la innovación y nuestros valores, son la guía que orienta todas nuestras acciones. Por eso, soy el resultado de la búsqueda de propuestas y soluciones innovadoras y transparentes para compartir los avances, compromisos e impacto que tenemos en materia de sostenibilidad, nuevas tecnologías, por supuesto, con el entorno y con las personas.
And well, and we'll be related to the next sector. We have tourism. We have been working with avatars, virtual spaces, virtual twin, also in this market. And first of all, I would like to show you one of the most hyper-realistic experiences with avatar that you maybe have seen. We have developed Miguel de Cervantes in an hyper-realistic 3D character. And this was related with tourism experience in a museum that gives you the possibility, in this case, to have a conversation with Miguel de Cervantes and also have more information about the location and how you can discover important data of the past. Okay, here you have this hyper-realistic avatar here in Spain.
Hello, it is a pleasure to welcome you. I'm Miguel de Cervantes, and it will be a great honor to explain to you any information about my life and work. Can you tell me your name so that I can address you?
Nice to meet you. I'm James.
What would you be interested to know about my work or about my life during the 16th century, James?
How did you come up with the idea of writing a work like a shuttle?
The truth is that my initial intention was to satirize the rise of the chivalry books. Their style was really lousy and vulgar. But as I progressed with the writing, the play turned out to be a reflection of what everyday life was like in my time. Is there anything else you'd like to know?
Do you know how many copies of a t-shirt have been sold since its publication?
Yes, about 500 million copies worldwide. Unbelievable for someone of my time. James, it's been a pleasure chatting with you. If you scan this QR, you can resume our interesting conversation whenever you want. Hello, James. Nice to see you again. What curiosity would you like to know today?
Well, and apart from that, well, you can have several interactions between, an avatar and an artificial intelligence agent like this. But apart from that, some of the most important projects related with human or the technology humanization are maybe related with several customer journeys or several customer experience that you could have inside a museum, in this case, or maybe a store. This is the Rafa Nadal Museum, where we create several solutions related with this concept. So one of the most important things in this kind of interaction is that you have the interactions between machines and humans, but you create emotions between this environment. Okay, at the same time you are exploring the museum, at the same time you are having interaction with machines. You have the possibility to create emotions in the environment. Okay, so we are going to see the different solutions that we have here that explains very good this concept that we are defining in all the presentation. Here you have, well, the different buildings in the Rafa Nadal Academy. You also have in these first frames how we are introducing an interactive world. This is called virtual football, where you can, shoot different penalties to Rafa Nadal. You also have a skill game of augmented reality, where you can move your hands to, to win the final game. You have to catch the correct images. The virtual race, when you are in front of Rafa Nadal, you have to emulate and simulate the same movements, okay, in the same virtual academy. A photo goal with a tennis player. You take the photo and also you can download the photo in your mobile. And finally, the avatar. This is a cartoon style that we produce for Rafa Nadal, and you can ask whatever you want. You can make the questions that you want, and Rafa is going to answer everything, right? And finally, a special development in the tourism sector that mix this design and also technology in different customer journey inside an aquarium using this new headset related with spatial computing and extended reality, the Apple Vision Pro glasses that maybe you hear about them, but here you have a real example in how we are introducing agents, artificial intelligence avatars, extended reality, virtual reality, and this is a real example in how we see the future of these old technologies, right?
Hello, welcome to the Zaragoza Aquarium. I'm Daniel, and I will be your personal guide during the whole visit. Could you please tell me your name?
Hi, I'm Paula. Nice to meet you.
Paula, do you prefer to start the visit in the Amazon or the Nile area?
In the Amazon area.
Great, let's get started. Paula, at any time during the visit, you can ask me anything you want to know about the origin and resources of the aquarium.
Great Daniel.
We are now in the Amazon area. Those big fish you see are arapaima. Their origin is estimated to be 200 million years ago. Ammonites also existed at that time. Here you can see a group of ammonites in their natural habitat.
It's incredible. I didn't know they moved that way.
Yes, it is very interesting. As interesting as the shell of an adult ammonite could be the size of a lorry wheel. Since we are in the tropics, you can also see an elephant in front of you. Elephants are the largest land mammal with the largest brain in the animal world and live in matriarchy.
Wow, ears are impressive.
Yes, they are very large and tend to move them very often to dissipate body heat and thermoregulate because, unlike humans, they do not sweat. In this area of the exhibition, you can see a lot of minerals, including magmatic rock. Look around and try to pick up some of the rocks.
I can't. It's like they're moving away.
Don't worry, Paula. Now just try to catch the incandescent rock. We're going to travel far away, so be careful not to get burnt. We are now located in the very crater of a volcano, specifically next to the main cone.
Oh, it's awesome.
This river of lava you see is at a temperature of about 1,200 degrees.
How many volcanoes are active around the world right now?
There are currently around 1,350 active volcanoes.
Oh, thanks a lot, Daniel.
Well, you can see, or you have seen in this video, you have watched that these digital developments with virtual and also extended reality, augmented reality and mixed reality, or this new concept, spatial computing, could be inside the physical world using the real world. So you can interact between these two worlds. And finally, in the case and the field of tourism, we have exclusive verse. This is a way to virtualize everything. This is a club that we are working right now in the sector of tourism, where you can introduce yourself in this travel club, but using a web browser. So basically, you enter in a game of the club. Meanwhile, you are meeting other kind of people. You have the possibility to buy assets and download these assets and then go directly to the shop to receive in the real world. So this is a new concept based on NFTs and also blockchain to link these two worlds. Okay, so imagine that you have a virtual experience of the real world inside this virtual world, and you with your avatar customizing your your aspect have the possibility to go and have a relation with other kind of users. Okay, so this is a virtual space too. So finally, in the case of health, we have the same example, the same concept of technology humanization, but in other kind of context, right? We have avatars with medical assistants in hospitals. We have developed to other kind of experience related with medical problems. In this case, this is a test of bulimia and anorexia for kids. Using this kind of games, you can detect in another kind of way with the patients these kind of problems. So imagine that with a video game or something like that, you can detect that these kind of kids, these children, could be in a trouble with anorexia, with anorexia and bulimia. So we are developing and we are creating using this humanization and this technology humanization. We are creating this kind of experiences, other kind of onboardings using web browsers for clients of insurance and also hospitals. We are developing also virtual trainings where you can have a simulation of the things that you have to do in the real world, but here we are using virtual reality to have a simulation, a first simulation to understand everything that you have to do in the real world. So imagine that you start with this immersive learning, and then you understand everything. You have this first tips that gives you an overview of the things that you will do in the real world. And finally, you enter in this kind of experiences in farms, in different, using also 3D or 360 videos, real 360 videos. At the same time, we're introducing the user in virtual worlds, okay? But you have the final approach of the things that you will have or you will do in the physical world, okay? Well, this is a little bit learned, but here you have real characters that they are explaining you the things that you have to do in the clean area, or how you have to remove the things that you wear, and well, everything related with the process, okay? Well, the clinical signs that you have in the animals, in this kind of chickens, to do the everything in the good way, right? And also you have other kind of experiences like this, where you could develop 3D models and immersive models or immersive models of the products that you're going to sell, and finally have the possibility to manipulate with this touchpad, okay, in the virtual world, okay? So these are different examples in different sectors, in different contexts that we are applying this human or this technology humanization, okay? Apart from that, if you want to apply this kind of technologies in the office, it's the good moment to do that. You know, OpenAI, you can apply this in human resources, you know, related with recruitment and selection, training, internal support for final users, in the part of marketing, in content creation, market research, sale optimization, customer service too, sales, in the lead generation, in new proposals for your clients, in finance. If you go directly to the creative way, you can use Midjourney to generate these images, okay? To create a more visual design, to rapid prototyping, everything related with creativity. Or maybe if you want to show a presentation, you can create images with this tool. If you need something more interaction, we are waiting for Sora, but you have other kind of tools right now where you can create with the same concept of Midjourney, you can create videos. So imagine that you are using a script, or you are creating a script. With this script of text, you can launch the creation of a video. So this is another example. This is a video generated with Sora, okay? And this was created with text, okay? But in the office, we are looking for new solutions, and we are trying to create agents, okay, with natural interaction with the workers, okay, so with employees. So imagine that you can schedule, or you can, you know, you can send different instructions to this avatar, and this avatar is going to schedule several dates. With this effective communication, he or she gives you the possibility to create images, or maybe with this specific agent and with a specific methodology, you can create, for example, marketing plans, okay? This is a tool that we developed several months ago to create marketing plans. So at the same time, you are, well, this was an old version of our avatar. This was a chat, but basically we are writing here in Spanish that we want to launch a new product of ice creams with a special sauce, okay, or a special flavor. But basically the way that we are working here is that we are applying a methodology that we have to create a marketing plan based on a title, in a description, with different key points, and creating also and designing an image, right? So for us, is the future and the vision that we see with these technologies and these interactions with machines, okay? But well, I would like to finish my conference, okay, these talks, with our reel. This is the film or our trailer that defines Imascono. Well, I hope you enjoy with everything. I think that we talk about Imascono in the first slides at the beginning of the conference. So, well, here you have Imascono.
Welcome to Imascono. Welcome to Applied Imagination.
Well, only, sorry, 2 or 3 slides more. Is only to explain a little bit more about us. Where we humanize technology, okay, through applied imagination. This is our claim. This is how we define everything. That's why we are talking about this technology humanization. We do everything from our spaceship, where well, our spaceship means it's more like a spaceship. It's a methodology that we produce with our company that give us the possibility to work with this kind of clients that you have here. We talk about this at the beginning of the conference, reaching more than 100 of humans in all over the world with our more than 400 of projects in Imascono, and finally tangibilizing this kind of human technology humanization through our products and our solutions. Okay, creating and developing our other projects with the spaceship, our virtual spaces for web learning processes, for events, for virtual showrooms using, as I have said, a mobile web browser. Our virtual twins, like the machines that you can manipulate with your hands, our virtual avatar Vega, our augmented reality photo Kimchi, and finally, the simulations that we produce with our virtual training products. So I wanted to finish with a trailer, but I think that we have another surprise. We have developed the Spain-US Chamber avatar, and I think that Vega wants to tell something more, okay? And she wants to explain you something more about Spain-US Chamber, okay? So let me change my screen. I'm going to show you that you can see in my screen.
Hi, I'm Vega. I'm an artificial intelligence that connects the real world with the virtual one. Ask me anything you want.
So you can talk with Vega with your microphone or maybe with text. I'm going to write here. Tell me something more about Spain-US Chamber.
The Spain-US Chamber offers different membership plans tailored to various business needs, including trustee, platinum, corporate, and general memberships. These memberships provide different levels of exposure and services to support companies in entering or expanding in the U.S. market. Additionally, the Chamber publishes the Meet US magazine to keep members informed about news and events within the Chamber.
Well, so thank you so much for everything. Thank you so much for the opportunity again to be here today. And well, I don't know you have any question or you want to add something. I'm here to listen to you, and well, if I can answer the questions that you want, I will be here. Okay.
Thank you so much, Hector. And it's been a nice surprise. We want to hire Vega for the chamber as well.
Thank you.
So Thanks. So yes, we have a few questions, but for all of you that have any other questions, please send your questions through the questions tab that you can see in your control panel, probably in the right side of your screen. So click there and send your questions, and we will discuss a little bit with Hector until 12 o'clock. So first question that we got here, Hector, it's about businesses and industries. So first question is, what are the sectors or industries that, as experts, you see that these technologies can be most beneficial? Because everybody sees that the technology is moving really fast, and people want to be ahead of the technology to find opportunities. And this is a country of entrepreneurs, so everyone would like to be ahead of anything. So in your point of view, with your expertise and your experience, which sectors or industries do you think that would benefit more from all of these new technologies?
Well, okay. In my point of view, I think that I show different sectors. I think that tourism is a real one to, to develop these kind of experiences because, for example, in this field, you could develop experiences to show the past, the future, the present, related, with monuments or different locations. So I think that, or maybe with an avatar that can explain you the things related with the past and the history of these countries or maybe cities and these kind of things. I think that we could recreate and have a good experience related with these technologies in this sector. I think that health in the case of avatars and how you can help the medical system and also patients and everything related with the hospital environment could benefit with this artificial intelligence, optimization processes. Imagine that you are in a hospital and you as a doctor need an assistance, or maybe you have to think about a procedure. So if you go directly to an avatar and you ask or make this kind of question to this avatar, is going to solve the problem or maybe give you the guidance to solve the problem that you're looking for with your patient. And also, I think that related with United States and also Miami real estate could be a good one, because if you use these virtual twins, these experiences to try to express the experience and the feelings that you could have when you are entering in your new home, or maybe you're entering in a new building, I think that enter like in a video game of the flat or the house that you are building as a company of production of this kind of products could be a special experience to the sales part. So imagine that you use this kind of video games to sell your houses, to sell your products. So I think that these three sectors are very good to accept these kind of technologies, this technology humanization, and also everything related with optimization, everything related to human management and also automatization of procedures could be a good task to proceed with this with this technology humanization and this kind of technologies, products, and services.
Thank you so much, Hector. Another question that we have is, do you have in mind to create a product for B2C clients regarding avatars from past familiars and family? I mean, it came to my mind an episode of Black Mirror where they could also create not only a virtual person but also a physical one. No, but we are there. No, is this something that you have in mind?
Well, this is the bicentenario of man. It's a concept like that. I think that if you go directly to the final user with a product like this, you have to think about the use cases that you're going to develop with this avatar or this agent. But I think that if we mix this with artificial intelligence and robotics, maybe could be the future of some of the tasks that we will do or we will develop in our houses, to have something like an assistant for schedule dates, to make several of the tasks that you do in your daily life. I think that this could be a good idea, but it's not very easy to think about a target like this, and it's not very easy to develop these kind of things because you have to think about in a lot of things. But well, it's a good idea. I think that we will think about how we could develop something like this, but we have to study a lot of all the market and well, conclude with a lot of insights to decide if this could be a good opportunity and how you can compete, for example, with Siri and all these avatars that you have in your mobile and devices today.
No, thank you so much. Another question that we got here, it's about the companies that you've worked in Spain and US. We saw a few companies like Disney, but what have you done for Disney in particular? Any of those things that we saw related with Star Wars was made by Imascono?
No, no, no. Well, it was a film of Star Wars, but we developed several projects with Disney related with the Star Wars too, and the other brands of Disney. We developed an application with Telefónica, Disney, and Ferran Adrià. This was based on a video game of cooking. You could see this in our website. It was basically a virtual world where you have the possibility to create different recipes. At the same time, you live the experience of cooking with your family. So it was a really good game based on augmented reality too, because the final intention and the final goal of this game was to create a comic inside the kitchen. So at the same time you are cooking, you live the experiences, you take several photos, and finally you have customized comic of your experience with the characters of Disney, Pixar, Star Wars, and also Marvel. And we develop other kind of projects with Star Wars and Disney, creating this kimchi, this augmented reality protocol that I saw you in other projects, or maybe the product that I mentioned. So, well, we developed several projects with them related with entertainment, related also with education. And well, we have several examples on our website. So you want to take a look, you will see, or you look for it, you want in YouTube, Tu cuento en la cocina, your story in the kitchen, you will see that Disney or I'm going to participate and create the application of Disney and Telefonica.
Thank you so much. And another question that we have is about the application of things that you showed us web-based. We saw, for example, I think that I remember when you were showing us the Rafa Nadal Academy, some of the applications were web-based, but the question is, aren't we losing a lot of immersion through the web-based option instead of using augmented reality glasses or mixed reality glasses? And how do you tackle that with the companies? Because on one hand, the companies would like to provide the maximum level of immersion to their customers, but on the other side, they would like to offer the majority of the people the possibility to access, and not everybody have handy and augmented reality glasses. So how do you handle that, and how do you manage not to lose a lot of immersive experience when you go web-based?
I think that the most important thing here is you have to think about the target, the final target of everything. Here you have the experience of Rafa Nadal. This was created for a large target, for all the audiences. But you can establish different levels with different targets. So this was a promotion of the Rafa Nadal Academy for the mainstream. So the most important thing here was to reach all the devices. So that's why we use this website and these web browsers to generate this kind of experience. But if you need something phygital, or maybe you need another level of experience, you can move this with another kind of, textures, with another kind of details. You can move everything to virtual reality, or maybe you can create an augmented reality experience. I think that you can create different levels of experience depending on the target and depending on your final aims and your final goals. So I think that you have to work with these, travels. You have to work with these different kind of targets, and well, you can develop everything that you want in different kind of devices for different kind of targets.
Thank you. And from your experience, when do you think that technology will be ready so that everybody will have a device ready for mixed reality, like glasses, but mainstream? When we will be there?
Maybe 3 or 5 years. I think that we are in the way. The most important thing is to have, the hardware, how the final users could access to this hardware. Nowadays is expensive, cheaper than last years. So I think that we are on the way, and I think that in 3 or 5 years we will experience with new devices, new kind of interaction with the real world. I always say that for me, the future of the vision of the future is to have contact lenses that give you the possibility to know more about the real environment that we have, and how we can extract, or how we can add these virtual layers to know more in real time of the things that we surround us. So I think that we're in the way, and well, maybe in 5 years or something like that. This is my vision, that we will see everything. And I think that an important information is, Apple is launching his headset. The strategy of Facebook is based on extended reality. Everything that we know about OpenAI with artificial intelligence. I think that the mix of these kind of technologies and all the investments that we have with these big companies in the whole world, I think that give us the vision that maybe in 5 years, or maybe 5 years, a decade, we will have this new interface and new devices, instead of mobiles, I think.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much, Hector. Last question we have here is, will we'll be able to test these technologies sometime soon here in Miami?
Well, here is the final, I think, surprise. You will have the possibility to play the technology humanization in our event that we will have in November. There in Miami, we will be with you, with the Spain-US Chamber. And well, our message here is let's play Miami, because Esconio is coming to Miami. And if you point directly to our QR code, you can subscribe, or you can note your data to start the travel and the trip that we will have in Miami in 2 months. Okay. So you can play here. You can play in Mascono, pointing to this QR code and subscribing to the event.
Okay, will do. Well, thank you so much, Hector. It's a pleasure being with you. We also learn many things when we talk to you. So we're looking forward to that event and check in real lives how it's played and how things work. And well, it's a pleasure having you again at the webinars of the Spain-US Chamber. Thank you.
Thank you so much to give us the opportunity to be here today again, and well, see you soon.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for sharing this hour with us. Remember that we will share with you the presentation, the video, and we will also upload the video to our YouTube channel. We encourage you to check our YouTube channel to check other webinars that we hosted in the past. And we hope to see you soon at one of our events or in our next webinar. So thank you and have a great day, everyone. Goodbye.